Welcome to AGORACOM, the small cap epicenter, and AGORACOM TV, a daily, fast-paced, edgy show bringing the best press release out of the small cap space every morning at the open, so you can hopefully profit from them. May find your next great small cap investments Tuesday, May the 15th. Before we get started, today's sponsor, Sonomax, trades on the TSX Venture exchange under the stock symbol SHH, one of the best hearing technology companies in the world. In fact, the best. But don't take our word for it. Go do your own due diligence. Now, today we got 5 stories. I love days like today because they're all financial related. These are results related. This is where small cap companies put their money where their mouth is. We've got China, Canada, U.S. Let's start you off first with Neutral Star International, trades in the U.S. under NUIN, put out their first quarter results for March 2012. Pardon me on that. Looks like revenue increased 18.4% to $6.86 million. That's a nice jump there. Net income was $2.95 million. That compares to $3 million last year, so slightly on the flat slide. But listen to this. Earnings per share were, even in the fully diluted basis, were 18 cents per share. The company closed yesterday at $1.80. This is just for the first quarter. They're already giving you a 10 times multiple. And if they can produce at 18 cents every quarter, that multiple is going to come real down, which continues my thesis on cheap China. But take a look at this. In addition to the operating side, look at the balance sheet. Cash equivalents totaled $57 million, or $3.50 per share. Assets, approximately $78.5 million. For just over $55 million, $3.38 per share. Shareholders' equity, $75 million. The company side, and giving guidance going forward, they say it's believed that revenue will be in the range of $40 to $44 million, representing an approximate top line increase of 17 to 29% year over year. Now it's a little early, that's why they got their wide range. But it's hard to ignore those numbers unless you really believe this is one of those China fraud situations, and you've got to do your own due diligence. But I've always said the smoke is going to clear, and we're going to see the last man standing, the really good company standing, and that's where it's going to be an opportunity to make great profits. So do your own due diligence. Again, like I said, dollar is where they closed. $3.39 on the high, $1.42 on the 52-week low. A lot less volatility there than other companies we've seen. Gold Horse International, GHII, put out their results for 3 quarters, for 9 months ended March 31st, 2012. Revenue came in at $37.5 million, up 4%. Net income came in at $3.4 million. That's slightly below the $3.7 million that they brought in for the same quarter last year. This is a construction real estate development company in China, so that kind of explains that. But the market cap, folks, $2 million on a company revenue of $37.6 million for the first 9 months, and net income of $3.4 million for the first 9 months. So their net income already exceeds their market cap, and they haven't even finished the year yet. They closed yesterday 92 cents, 274 on the high, 12 cents on the low. China Modern Agricultural, we've covered them a few times in the past. CMCI is their stock symbol. They also put their 9-month numbers. This is a high-tech livestock company specializing in breeding cows and calves, the production of sale of milk, and the sale of organic fertilizer. I like this space. We know that China is going to need to be fed for the next 100 years. Early companies are going to do well. Revenue for the company, $19.5 million, up 13%. Net income, $14 million. That's up 149%. Basic and diluted earnings per share, 31 cents. That's up 121%. Where did they close yesterday? 52 cents. They've already got earnings per share of 31. So let's say that's 10 cents per share per quarter. Let's assume another 9 cents. They're going to come in at 40 cents for the year, and they're trading at just at 52 cents right now. So you're looking at a company that's going to be trading at just over 1 to 1.25 earnings multiple. Their 50-week range, $2 on the high, 17 cents on the low, $26 million market cap. Unbelievable deals in China if you can separate the good companies from the bad. And I've got to figure we're almost done with all the bad companies, so there's no real opportunity. Next up, Snap Interactive, STVI. This is a great online company. They put out their results for the quarter into March 31st. They're reporting record quarterly revenues of $5.7 million for the first quarter. That's up 54%. And in fact, the company included a table of their revenues from the first quarter of 2010 were just $900,000, and they show the incremental gains right up until the first quarter of 2012, $5.7 million. So you're talking about 500% growth, more than 5% growth in just 2 years. Now, they did have a net loss, $1.7 million compared to $900,000. I'm not so concerned about those losses when it comes to these .com internet companies because we know where they may be going. Social media is here to stay. They increased their mobile engagement to 15% of all their unique logins. Diluted loss per share came in at 4 cents, so that's not a horribly big number, but they do have a really nice balance sheet where they've got $7.4 million in cash and cash equivalents. Now, why do I like this? Because financials aren't on their face really strong when you look at that net loss, but they own and operate online dating and social networking apps throughout the web. Their flagship property, areyouinterested.com, is one of the largest social dating applications on the web with over 60 million installs. So you know they're going to keep growing most likely. It's not a guarantee because some of these companies do flame out, but you got to like the space because AGORACOM is in the space, and we know where this is going to go. They closed at $1.81 yesterday, $2.99 on the high, 48 cents on the low. Market cap about $80 million, so that is kind of rich. Not something I'm probably going to jump into right away, but something I definitely want to watch for. And finally, getting back to the resources space, SilverCrest Mines trades on the venture under SVL on the for our friends in the U.S. on the QX there, STVZF. They reported their Q1 financial results. The big thing they're highlighting here are the cash flow from operations came in at $12.2 million, which is very important. Cash flow is everything because anybody can, you can work the numbers when it comes to revenues, but cash flow tells you is it successful, and that's about 14 cents per share right there. Revenue came in 19.6 mil, earnings $6.3 million or 7 cents per share. Not bad for one quarter, considering the fact that they closed at $1.87 yesterday. Cash and cash equivalents, $36 million. Scott Drever had a long quote. I took a couple excerpts out because these are really important in considering the company. They said in Q1 we sold 640,000 ounces of silver equivalent ounces with an average cash operating cost of $7 per ounce. Now, why is that important? The numbers great, but they also say it's going to help finance their Santa Elena expansion, in which they plan to double metals production by 2014. That sounds good to me. The company's given 2012 guidance. Production is going to come in about 435,000 silver ounces and 33 gold ounces at an average cash operating cost of $8.20 per silver equivalent ounce. So some nice numbers and some nice growth. $1.87 where they closed yesterday, $1.07 on the low, $3.17 on the high. That's something we've seen with a lot of these junior mining companies. Market cap $167 million. That's a wrap. Quality over quantity, 5 great press releases for you. I'm not going to go through my whole routine. Make sure you watch the show on a daily basis on AGORACOM. Take a look at the best headlines to my right and get into our marketplace to discover your next great small cap stock. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.